The spreadsheet creator of the Google Drive is called Google Sheets. Start in your Drive and then press New and Google Sheets. A new sheet will open named Untitled Spreadsheet in a new tab. Change the name of your spreadsheet and press Enter. You'll notice the setup is very similar to Microsoft Excel. It actually looks just like it. I just wanted to go over some of the buttons that you can use in order to explore Sheets some more. For example, if you wanted to create a new sheet, there's a plus sign down on the bottom to add a sheet. In order to name these sheets, you just click on the text twice and name it, and then press Enter. You can click and drag these to reorder them if you'd need to. And you can click the names to toggle back and forth between the two sheets. The File menu is pretty similar to what you're used to, but you have a few options here. One is Revision History, which allows you to see what other people have done to this document, as well as any edits you have made, and that way you can change it. For example, I just added this name sheet. If I go back, I could restore it to the version that did not have that. To get out of that, just press this arrow. Another option under the File menu that's slightly different is called Download As. This is very important to know. Although you want to do everything you can in Google because it saves automatically and you can collaborate, sometimes certain programs might want you to upload either a CSV file or an actual Excel spreadsheet. Not to worry, you can do anything in a Google Sheet and then download it as an Excel, PDF, or a CSV. And it'll just take that and change the formatting so that you can create a different file of it. Edit is pretty much the same as what you're used to. View is the same as well, where you could freeze different rows and columns. Insert is pretty similar. Just so that you know, this is where you would insert a chart if you wanted to create a graph or chart based on the data that you have. You can insert images as well. Under Format, again, same formatting that you would typically have. For example, if you have too much text in a box, you can have it wrap so that it fills the whole box and just makes the box bigger, or you can have it clip to shorten the data and only show the very beginning of it. Under Data, you have similar options, just like protecting sheets and ranges if you don't want someone to be able to edit a certain section or if you don't want to edit it by accident. And you can even filter some of the data that you have there. Under Tools, you have Create a Form. I'll go over forms in another video, but it's a great way to create a survey for someone else. There's also notification rules. This is great when you're sharing a Google Sheet. Perhaps you want to share a Google Sheet with someone, but you want to know when they actually changed it. You can set up a notification rule to email you when a change occurs, or even email someone else. So it says notify me at jgarbowski when any changes are made, or when a user submits a form, notify me with a daily digest or right away. So the option is do you want an email every single time a change is made, a separate email, or do you want a daily email to let you know any updates? So that's a great feature that's built in that links to your Gmail. Other than that, there are add-ons you can create. Again, that's another video at another time, but there are different things like I have this Flubberoo. As a teacher, if I had grades in here and I had students' grades and answers to questions, Flubberoo will actually automatically grade the document for me. Another feature that they just added actually is text direction. So for example, if I had text in here, and I want it to go in a different direction versus just left to right, straight across, I can actually change it and make it on an angle, or I can have it go up and down. So that's a brand new feature that they just added. This will actually show you how to wrap the text around and whether you want it centered in the box or not. So those are the basic features of a spreadsheet here. I just wanted to show you a really great add-on that was just recently given to most Google applications, and that's called the Explore feature. So right here I have some numbers, and so I technically have some data in my spreadsheet. If I were to press this little button down here that says Explore, it's actually going to analyze the data for me and give me some suggestions. So I'm just going to highlight these numbers right here. you'll notice it automatically gives me the sum. So there's no need to actually type in the formula. And it can also check the average, min, max, count, and count numbers. So that's automatically given. If I press explore, it'll come up with this data as well. I can change the formatting from here, and it actually analyzes things like this one has the highest value for the column hello. You can see that obviously with these silly numbers, it's not really important, but if you were to have data like on a budget spreadsheet, or if you're collecting data from teachers or students, you can find the average and you can analyze that data pretty easily. Not only that, if I really liked this chart, I could press the plus sign and drop that chart right in here and edit it right away. So there's no need to even go through and say, what kind of chart would I like to use? It'll actually create suggestions for you. Other than that, the functionality is very similar. You can still type in all the same formulas that you would normally type and highlight what you would normally highlight, just like Microsoft Excel typically is.